Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I'm uh, I'm doing good. I've been in a weekly challenge this week, learning about live streams and how to improve and make live streams better. So today I'm in day 3 of this challenge, and it's been awesome. I've learned so much about how to improve my lighting and making sure you can all hear me and all these different things. So it's very exciting. So hopefully my weekly dose of wellness, which will be happening every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, will just continue to get better. Yeah, tonight I'm talking to you about body image, and this is a big topic for me and in the industry that I work in, and also in society at large. I am a online personal trainer and nutrition coach for Strength and Soul Wellness, and I help women regain their fitness and fabulousness. And for me, this is a huge deal. It's a big topic. Body image. Body image refers to the way someone perceives their body and the way someone assumes that others perceive them. Hey, Corey. Yeah, so basically, when someone has a certain body image of themselves, what they see, they think that's what other people see as well. And hey, Robin, thanks for catching me live here, talking about body image tonight. Kind of a big topic in the industry that I work in with fitness and just that in society at large, right? Body image is a huge topic. Body image directly correlates to our self-esteem as well, right? If we have a poor body image of ourselves, then our self-esteem and our self-confidence also is affected, right? And exercise, aside from giving us those happy hormones, is a great way to promote self-confidence and promote self-esteem. When we feel strong and fit in our bodies, we exude confidence and we walk around in the world, holding our heads high and feeling good about ourselves. And so that's a direct relation to body image. So when I was doing some research this morning and kind of figuring out what I wanted to really share with you all tonight. And one of the big things that came out of the research that I did, I went to this website. It's a nonprofit. It's called I wrote it down. It's called Do. Oh no, I can't find it. Anyway, regardless, if I find it on my sheet here, I'll let you know. But it's basically a website that helps women and targets women primarily, but men as well, to find resources to help them with body image issues, with eating disorders, with all these different kinds of things. And they've done some research. And one of the stats, since I've got Corey and Robin on, I guess it's just the two of you. Give me, if you can give me a stat on what you think the percentage of women that are unhappy with their bodies are. From 1 to 100, what do you think the stat is on women being unhappy with their bodies? What percentage of women? See what you come up with. Yeah, it blew my mind. And I've been in the fitness industry for 10 years, and I would have never imagined it was this high. 80%. Katrina, hey, welcome. Very close. It's 91%. 91% of women are unhappy with their bodies. That's a big stat. That's huge, right? 87, awesome, Robin, very close. It's such a high number, and it's really sad and unfortunate. And when I read this, I thought, wow, it kind of blew my mind. And also, of that percentage, that 91%, most of them go on to diet to try to accomplish a certain body image. And I say it in quotes because, I mean, what really is the ideal body image? There is no ideal. We're all different shapes and sizes, and we have to honor that. And we're not cookie cutter molds of each other, and we can't walk in the world and say, oh, do I kind of look like her, or do I kind of look like her? Well, we don't. We have our own body, our own mold, right? And so after reading that stat, I just thought, wow, that's unfortunate that we, as women walk around with this idea that we need to be a certain way. And I mean, like I say, what is the ideal anyway? Does anyone, that's just sort of ludicrous when you think about it. And personally, I mean, I've worked with and I continue to train people of all shapes and sizes. Primarily, I work with women. I do also take on men as well. But in the 10 years of this industry, I've seen all kinds of shapes and sizes come in. And at the end of the day, with fitness and with health, it's not about the weight necessarily on the scale that indicates or that is a quantitative measure of health. I mean, we We can measure ourselves by the way our clothes feel. We can measure ourselves by our endurance and how fast we can run after our kids, or how fast we can run up a flight of stairs and we aren't out of breath, or just do the daily things that we need to do to get through the day. Carry our groceries. Are we strong enough? Do we have enough stamina? Right? So all these things factor in far more than the number on the scale, and I think that gets focused on far too often. Hey, Robin's got a comment. I missed the percentage as I was getting on the bus. 91%, super high. Hope you caught that one, Robin. Yeah, so it's just, and like I say, for me, I want people, if they come to me and want to work with me, and they choose to measure their progress by their weight, then I'm okay with that. I'm not adverse to it, but I also try to look at, there's lots of other ways to measure your fitness. And I encourage them to find other ways as well, because when we feel good about ourselves, that's going to exude the confidence in our positive body image. When we're focused on a number on the scale, that's when we're getting caught up and we sabotage and we think, oh man, I weigh 100 and I should have been 99 or whatever it is. And then we just get really caught up in the number as opposed to what we really feel like, right? So reconnecting with body image, movement, and embracing. Nice. So Robin's just saying that she's really engaged. She's really starting to focus on her body image and movement and embrace that, and not, I'm guessing, the weight on the scale, right? It gets tricky. So another thing that I wanted to mention. So of the 5%, so if 91% of people are 91% of women are thinking that their body image, are not happy with the way they look, there's a 5% of women, only 5% of the entire population, that look like what was portrayed in media, right? So the images that we see on movies and in magazines and those kinds of things, only 5% of women in the entire world actually look like those people. So it's a really small number, and we have these young girls coming up and we're comparing themselves to these images, and it's so sad. So I'm wanting to share body image. Hey, Lisa Hernandez, how's it going? Thanks for catching me live here. I know there are a couple other people that had hopped on, and thank you for joining me talking about body image. Is this landing for a lot of you? I've got a few comments already, and I'm thinking people are really resonating with this topic in terms of fitness and how you feel and your body image. Body image movement. They made a documentary. Amazing. Embrace. I love it. I'll check it out. Thanks, Robin, for passing that along. So another thing I wanted to mention is one of the main reasons I don't get people to weigh is because, of course, they get focused on that. And I'm always giving them other alternatives and other things to look at. But also, I have a personal story that I want to share, and this is new for me to do something like this on a live stream and share it with people. But I think it's really important, and I think that a lot of people suffer from image distorted issues about their bodies or eating disorders, and they don't talk about it. So it's I think it's more relatable when you hear it from someone, and then you can relate to them more, right? So when I was about 19, 20, 21 in there, I suffered from anorexia. And I luckily didn't get to the point where I needed hospitalization, but I definitely suffered with, my life feeling chaotic and out of control. And I was coming out as gay, so I was, lacking support from family initially. I didn't have a lot of queer friends, so my immediate network of friends I kind of closed off to because they were straight and I didn't think they'd get it. I was fearful. I was ashamed of who I was and no one would understand. And during that time, it was really tricky. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's lots of other queer folks that I've talked to or that I've worked with clients who have also struggled with body image, with eating disorders based on things that have happened in their lives. So during that time, I was controlling what I could, which was how much food I could take in and how much exercise I could put out. And nothing else felt in control. So that was a really, really scary time and a deep time for me. And so, yeah, it was just one of those things where I didn't know how to get out of it. And finally, there was a gym that I'd been going to, and one of the trainers was very familiar with me, and she pulled me aside and said, you're working really hard, but you're not really progressing anymore, and I know that you're not eating well, because I can tell the dark circles under your eyes, you're really thin, those kinds of things. And in that moment, I was like, someone noticed me and said, they noticed my pain and they could see, and whether or not they understood what I was going through, they picked up on it, right? So which was really crazy, and just like, wow, okay, someone's noticed. And it was a really dark time in my life. So it was scary, and I don't think people talk about it enough. Katrina, you've got a comment for me. Christy, right there with you. I went through anorexia, losing half of my body weight when I was about the same. Yeah, right? It's these things that happen, and we don't yeah, well, thank you for sharing that, Katrina. That's really great. I mean, we're not alone in this, right? We all struggle with different things, and I think it's really important that we can share them and talk openly about them, and where we've come from and where we are today, and let people know that, like, body image isn't it isn't a black and white thing, and it's something a lot of us as women struggle with, right? Sorry, I went through that. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, no, it's I'm not alone, and I know lots of people have, and the good thing is, I didn't get to the point of hospitalization, which was great. And I also was able to see the light and turn it around before it was too late. And so I've had a lot of work. This was like almost going on 20 years ago, not quite 18, 20 years ago. I'm aging myself. But now it's more about I'm using food as nourishment. I'm using food for energy. I'm looking differently at food. I'm eating in moderation. I'm not doing anything in extreme. I'm not about dieting. When clients come to me, I try not to use the word diet. I don't like it. It implies to a lot of people that you're cutting yourself off. You're lacking, nutrients. You're lacking food. You're not eating an array of things. You're not enjoying things. Those are the things that diet screams to me. What about you guys? Do you have any words that come up? I know, Katrina, you've been there, and yeah, do you have anything that comes up for you when someone says it, you're like, that word? We've got someone else popped on. Devin, thank you, and Juliana, thanks for hopping on and catching me live here. I lost 30 pounds in grade 12. Set a 900 calorie diet for myself, and no one noticed. Went through that for about a year, and then I just started eating again. Wow, see, it's crazy. We've all had these things. I've got another comment come up. I've struggled hugely with body image. It holds me back and makes my relationships harder. Working out makes it better. Yes, right? And that's the whole point that I'm trying to get across here, is that when we stop comparing ourselves to others in the world, as hard as it is, I know it's hard because I was there. I did it. I did exactly what you're doing. But try to come back to yourself and pick out the good things about you, and the things that really matter to you, and what you're good at and your strengths. And don't look at the weight. It's not just about the weight. You can be healthy and be 10 or 15 pounds overweight. You can be unhealthy, as I was, and weigh, next to nothing, and that's not good either. So it's really just wrapping your head around being healthy and nourishing yourself in the best way possible. So I hope that message has really come across here. Magazines and media are the worst. It's true. And we have these young girls that are being raised, and that's what they're seeing. And it's unfortunate at a young age. I know I had a friend not that long ago, in the fall, when I was teaching my boot camp, and her daughter, I believe she was 8, and came home from school saying, "Mom, am I fat?" And I'm like, at 8, we're having these issues at 8 years old. I'm like, wow. And her mom said, "No, you're not fat. What does that mean? What are they saying? Like, what does that mean for you?" And it was really, really eye-opening for her mom, because 8-year-old girls shouldn't be coming home asking if they're fat. I mean, when we're young, we have extra body fat because we haven't even hit puberty and grown into ourselves. We're supposed to be a certain way when we're kids, and we grow up, and I don't know, it's such an unfortunate situation, and I hope that as parents we can portray really good examples for our kids, and teach them to love their bodies from really early on, and not focus so much on the weight. I've got someone else, Amanda. Hey, thanks for catching me live, Amanda. And Katrina, what have you got for me? When I see these fashion cover magazines, girls, I want to cry. Yeah, exactly. Remember a shirt over my bathing suit when I was 9. Yeah, right? Because these things were put on us already so young that we were embarrassed of our bodies. And good one, Robin. I mean, I can't stand bathing suits. I absolutely despise bathing suits. I don't even like going to the beach in a bathing suit, or even being in my own private pool in a bathing suit. It doesn't feel good. Well, why doesn't it feel good? What's that about? Is that from a young age? Is that something I've adopted? And I know a lot of women are the same. They dread, oh God, I've got to go bathing suit shopping. It's like, and wearing t-shirts. That was a big thing when we were young too. It's like, hide your body instead of really walking being confident and walking in the world with good self-esteem. So, but the point of my story is, and I hope this message has come through, is that, try not to judge or compare yourself. Don't look at what the scale says. Go by how you feel. And in working with me as a fitness trainer, it's hard in our industry because lots of trainers, have a certain idea of how they want to do things. I come from a place of compassion and understanding, and I want to see you succeed, and I want to see you feel good about yourself at the end of the day. That's what I'm about. And I've had my own struggles, so I can appreciate what you could be going through, and I want to make sure that comes across. So yeah, we're unique individuals, and we're all normal in our own way, and that's life. And yeah, I hope you all got something out of this. Weekly dose of wellness every night, every Wednesday night at 6. I'll be on live sharing a topic with you. If you have something that you'd like to learn about or you'd like me to talk about, please throw it in the comments below, or send me a private message, or whatever it is. Share with your friends. It's great to have people on live and share my knowledge and my passion. And I hope you all have a great evening. Thanks, Robin.